Hello, everyone. Before we get started today, I wanted to let you know, especially if you are one of my loyal listeners that is looking for a little bit more, I've created a paid subscription option for the podcast for 99 pence per month. On top of this being ad-free and just purely being the essence of the episodes, I will be doing bonus episodes, some personal update episodes, and we'll also include any information, invites into any virtual workshops or online things that I do in the future. So if you fancy it, check out the show notes below with the link and enjoy the show. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the Self-Improvement Project. I hope wherever you are, it is feeling lighter, it's warmer, summer's on its way, and I always feel like it lifts the mood a little bit. Perhaps where you are, there is that seasonal change, and I hope you're feeling the benefits of that as well. And I hope you're in a good headspace. I hope from the positive intentions and things that you've been doing to feed that positive self-improvement are helping today whilst you're listening. Today's episode is called Better Lifestyle Equals Better Mental Health. And it comes from the thought around how important our designing of our own lifestyle is in regards to our mental health. The more I talk about it with others, the more I hear about it, the more I am starting to think that mental health issues can start to be influenced by the pressures of life that are put upon us from society, from the system that we live in. And again, I totally appreciate that that's a very broad statement. However, is there enough information out there to help us manage our lifestyles in order to properly manage our mental health? I'll get into examples throughout the episode, but one that I remember personally being very significant to me from a lifestyle perspective, making my psychology and mental state more healthy, was removing a long commute within a vehicle. My commute each day is now no more than 20 minutes and it's on a bike. And that feeds my positive mental health. Just as a setting the scene of what the choices that we can make that might help us with that. Now, I understand that everyone listening to this will be in different situations, and I hope that the format and breakdown that I give to you today is almost like a toolkit for you to be able to use and apply to your own life. And the first one, maybe quite aptly with the title of this episode, is about awareness. Are you aware of the influence that your lifestyle currently has on your mental health? If you feel like you are suffering from maybe any self-esteem, self-doubt, or just general anxiety around things, where does that come from that could be linked to your lifestyle? Could it be that you don't have enough time for yourself? Is it that you are doing everything you possibly can to fit into your calendar to make sure that you're not missing out on things? Are you living up to the expectations of other people and scared that if you say no, people will judge you, etc.? And this awareness can be a very key point. Awareness of our mood. Are we in a cycle? Are we at the start of a cycle in regards to any poor mental states that we are in? Are there any overarching themes that maybe influence your day-to-day, such as commute that I was talking about? Nowadays, with a wee bit more flexible working and remote work, this might help a little bit with commuting, but what other things can feed into that as well? And I've talked about this a little bit more on other episodes before, but the awareness, once we've got that awareness of what it is, I like to make things really simple. Think of it as simplicity with our life as a start point for our mental health. And lifestyle can be categorized into 3 very simple areas for us to start at. And the first one being our diet. What are we putting into our bodies? Is that influencing our mood and our mental state? Anything from eating healthily enough or eating too much junk food or drinking too much alcohol or not drinking enough water. These are some of the considerations to take in. The next one is sleep. What's your sleep routine like? What is your morning routine and your bedtime routine like? Are they so inconsistent and so chaotic that it's influencing your sleep, which over time, your sleep is affecting your mood? Just simple things to be aware of. And lastly, I like to think of this as health. Maybe a wee bit of physical activity on top of exercise. Are you moving enough? You will probably be able to answer that one pretty quickly, but at the same time, if you are moving enough and you're exercising a lot, maybe there's an element of too much. Too much exercise, too much activity. A little bit what I was touching on with the socializing side of things. Too much doesn't give you your chance to recharge, to switch off and reset. So those are the 3 areas of simplicity that I like to think of when it comes to how our lifestyle is influencing our mental state. The diet, our sleep, and how much we move. So we've got that awareness of some of the things that are influencing our lifestyle. We've got the simple 3 areas that then help us. And now it's all about our mindset. How do we feel about these things? How do we feel about that long commute that is affecting us? How do we feel about the nutrition that we're putting into our bodies? How do we feel about the amount of exercise that we're doing or our sleep? Are we in denial? Are we feeling pressure to live up to expectations? Are we scared of missing out on things that don't actually really matter to us? Or are we shifting more towards the time for me is good? That joy of missing out rather than the fear of. And being comfortable with that mindset. You're happy to say no to things. You're happy to say no to people because it's prioritizing you. It's prioritizing your mental health. One way that I heard it put brilliantly recently was because you look after your mental health, when you do these things like socializing or things that maybe take up that bit of energy, you can be more present. You can be more present in those situations and with the people who matter to you. Who wouldn't want that? That lovely combination of lifestyle, the balance of having your mental health looked after, and appreciating and actually being able to have time and space to show gratitude towards the things that really matter to you. So we've got that awareness, we've broken it down really simply, and now we're thinking about our mindset. How comfortable are we with this outlook and this perspective? The next thing that will challenge you is the environment that you are in. The question I would pose here is it stable? Take advantage of it when it's stable. appreciate it when it's stable, and expect it to move. Your environment changes all the time. Things that are, as I would describe, out with control. And how much can you maintain this lifestyle benefit that improves your mental health, that keeps things simple, whilst everything around you is changing? How do you look after yourself during those times? How do you maintain those wonderful habits and that strong mindset during these times where the environment might change and impact on you? How fluid can you be with the things that you hold strong within your lifestyle? This is the test of saying no to things when things are maybe changing. And then we start the cycle again. That's the whole cycle for our better lifestyle leading to our better mental health. As I say, I'm touching the surface here. There's lots of unique and individual things that you'll be able to take from this and use this as a bit of a toolkit to start. You have that awareness of maybe thinking and reflecting upon your life over what is important when it comes to lifestyle and the impact it has on your mental health. You're breaking it down really simply. You're creating a mindset for yourself and embracing that stable environment whilst being fluid with it whilst it changes. How does that sound? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you find that helpful? Or are there things in that process that are missing that we need to really take hold of to improve our lifestyle, thus our mental health? Let me know what you think. Write to me with any examples that you've got that have maybe had a brilliant impact on your mental health from a lifestyle perspective. And let me know if I can share them with everybody. A lot of you who are listening are very aware of these things, and there will be some wonderful things that you're implementing that could help a lot of other people. Thank you again for listening, and I will see you all next time. Cheers. Hey guys, me again. I hope you enjoyed that episode, and if you're not ready for the Becoming Unstuck in 30 Days self-led course quite yet, why don't you try my free ebook I created? 5 simple steps to improve yourself and your life. I made this during the very first lockdown of the pandemic in the early days of the Self-Improvement Project. It's a quick go-to when you're feeling unsure what to work on when improving yourself or your lifestyle. And the great starting point if you're trying to figure out how to live a more fulfilling and simple life. The link for this will be in the show notes for you. Have a good one.